Welcome everybody to our Green Acres. I'm so glad you came over to our channel today. And if you are new to my channel, I want to introduce myself. My name is Teresa. Today's projects, I'm going to give y'all some inspiration and ideas of things that you can do to maybe some items that you find at yard sales or thrift stores. I'm going to show you how we can restore a copper pan, and I'm also going to show you how we can take a garden shovel with no handle and we can turn it into home decor. And I'm going to repurpose a trunk, and you will not believe what this trunk looks like before. So y'all stay tuned. I hope y'all enjoy the video. If you haven't joined my Facebook home decor page, I'd love for you to go over and join it, and also go over and follow me on Pinterest and Instagram. Okay, let's get started with our first project. The first project is going to be this is a vintage, they call it a primitive copper fireplace pan. It has a long black steel handle with a hang loop. Now I think this dates back, I don't know, maybe the 1970s, which is not, well, I guess that is kind of a long time, but this actually come from the barn sale that I went to. In my previous video, I showed another project that I did with an item that I got at the barn sale. Well, I also got this, and they charged me $2. Well, this is copper, and over the years, it has grown this patina on it. So I'm going to show y'all how you can restore copper. So you just take 1 cup of white vinegar. All I had was that Mother's vinegar, apple cider vinegar. I used it, and you just put 1 tablespoon of table salt. And I think all I had was kosher salt and red salt, pink salt. I'm sorry. So I didn't want to use my pink salt, so I just pulled out my kosher salt. You just mix it up till the salt kind of dissolves a little. Then you want to take a damp, soft rag, and then you just want to rub it over, and you can see that beautiful copper coming through already. That is just how easy this is. Now, there's several ways and different things you can use to clean copper. And I kind of did some research. You can also, if you've got any scratches on your copper and you kind of want to buff out your scratches, you can mix up a little paste of baking soda and water. And once you get that little paste mixed up, then you just want to rub it on with a little soft cloth. And also, they recommended you can use whitening toothpaste to shine your copper. So there's all kinds of products that you can use and things you may already have around the house. You know, if you don't want to go out, of course, I think you can use Brasso. I think you can purchase that probably at the hardware stores or Walmart. But you can see I'm just doing the front and the back, and I'm just kind of working that, years of buildup off of it, and I'm going to bring it back to that shiny copper. Now, over time, it will, corrode and get that patina on it again. But for now, I'm just kind of, showing y'all ways that you can shine up and you can restore copper. Wow, it's pretty amazing what a little vinegar and salt will do. It looks totally different. Now, I went out and priced this because, there was no way I was going to paint over this because copper is so, trendy, and it always has been. I've always loved copper. But this price anywhere on Etsy and eBay, the prices varied from $30 to $48. So I just kind of wanted to give it a new life, and I'm just gonna, I added some lavender to it, some florals, and a little messy bow with some burlap just to keep that little rustic feel to it, and just look how pretty it turned out.
Set my world on fire. You're my heart's desire. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away.
Okay, y'all, let's move on to the second DIY, and we're going to work on a $1 trunk. Yes, $1. I purchased this at a community yard sale, and the lady was storing dog food in it. She had like dry little dog food kibbles in it. So, of course, I'm going to just strip it down to the bare nothing. This is like a vinyl plastic like stuff, and I wasn't digging that at all. I did try to save the little thumbtacks that held on the vinyl, and I'm going to use those on the top, which you'll see in a few minutes after we get it, restored. But I'm going to just, you can see it was curling up, and I thought about trying to just glue all that back down and paint over it, but then I just didn't think it would paint very well, and like I say, I wanted to restore and keep those little thumbtacks because I think those had, great patina on them. None of this is real wood. It's just some kind of manufactured, I'm not really sure what it was. But anyway, it's got good bones to it, and I don't even know how old it is. But for $1, I thought, sure, I'll take it, and this will make a fun project. But this turned out to be a little bit more challenging than I thought. So if you ever worked on some of those projects and then you kind of looked at the item and looked at it and said, I wish I would have never met you. Well, that was me in this trunk. At some point, I was looking at it like, I wish I'd have never met you, trunk. But anyway, in the end, I think it turned out really pretty, and I'm happy with it. But I got Ben to help me because, like I've always told y'all, if y'all got a helper and they've got stronger hands and tougher skin, by all means, I bring him in on some of these projects when I can. So he's off work, and I asked him if he would help me rip all this covering off of the trunk, like I say, just so we can get it down to the bare bones. And I'm even going to rip the fabric off the interior. And Ben was kind of like, well, I would leave that, and you could probably even paint over it. But like I say, she had stored dry dog food in it, so I really just wanted to strip it all down and just start off really fresh. So we end up getting the majority of the fabric off the inside. And once, if you wet it, sometimes that will also loosen up glue. So I ended up getting the rest of it off once I wet it, and it would just pull right off. Now there's some glue residue on the front. I had to get the sandpaper and kind of sand that down, but it's still a little bit rough, but it got some of it off. And you can see the inside, like I say, I got more of that off. And here is the outside. Now, I was going to leave that outer band on, but once I got to painting it with my white paint, I decided I didn't like it. I just did not like that plastic. It just screamed plastic to me, and then I thought, if it was metal, it would have, been a lot, it would have added a lot more to it. But being plastic, I ended up just pulling all that off. And so I have started painting it, and I'm going to use my linen white Rust-Oleum. And as you can see on the top, we're going to have to go back and put those thumbnails back in those little indentions. You could have probably puttied over them and sanded them, and that would have been a lot more work, but I just decided I wanted to use them, so I'm definitely going to put those back on the lid. Now I'm just showing you I've got it painted, and I did a little bit of distressing to it across, some of the edges, and then I'm going to add some stencils to it to really bring it to life. And the stencils, to me, is what's really going to give it its character now. Now, the stencils I use are, of course, I use these a lot. These are from Amazon. They are in my Amazon store, and I have the link to my Amazon store listed in my description box, and also it's over on my Instagram. So I'm just going to take this one. It was the largest one I think I had, and I put it across the top, inside those little thumbtacks. I thought it turned out really well. And then I'm going to add some of my clay molds. And now I'm not going to show you how to make the clay molds because I have done a video a couple of videos back, and I'm going to link it below on how to make those. But I'm enjoying them, and you can add them to so many things. So I'm going to add the clay molds to the top. And then to the front of it, I added this stencil because I felt like it was the perfect size for the front. I don't do that circle around it. I left that off, but I did want that print. And so I think it turned out really pretty for the front. Now I'm just going to show you some different ways you can style this little trunk, and I just think it's just a great addition to all the little shabby chic spaces you may have in your home, and it'll add great storage.
Like the moon is the snow, we don't care about the others. You set my world on fire. You're my heart's desire. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Beside me,
If you like this video so far, I hope you'll hit that like button, and also if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I'd love for you to.
set my world on fire. You set my world on fire. I just want you, I just need you. I don't know what it is you do. I just want you, I just need you. I don't know what it is you do. I just wanna love you.
Okay, y'all, let's repurpose an old shovel. I purchased this at the barn sale where I got that, that vintage long pan, and I just purchased this for $1. I love the patina on it. Of course, the handles broke off of it, so I guess that's probably, why it was $1. So I had a vision for it, and I don't know if y'all saw my video on 40 ways of how you can style a garden rake, but I will link that video down below. But I am attracted and love vintage, primitive type garden tools. I think they look so pretty staged in your home. But I chalk painted it, and I distressed it using my candle wax method, and I'm just going to add some florals and a messy bow to it, and I think that's turned out so pretty. And I'm going to show you some ways of how you can style this, if you want to, do something like this for your home. But I try to give you ideas for when you see like a $1 shovel head at a yard sale for $1. Here's an idea for it. Don't pass it up. Now I'm just going to add a stencil to it. I've just purchased these stencils. They're linked in my Amazon store. So these are kind of new to me, and I'm really enjoying them. I've used this one on several of my projects lately. But this one was kind of fitting for this shovel because I think it had something about flowers or garden on it. So I just stenciled it on, and I used some burnt umber craft paint. And I think it really added a lot to the shovel. Now, if you want to see how I make the messy bow for the shovel, I'm going to link my previous video down below because I repurposed a rustic wood frame and I made a messy bow for it. So if you want to see how to make the messy bow, it'll be in that video.
World on fire. You set my world on fire. I don't know what I do without you. You make me smile. What is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon is the snow, we don't care about the others. You set my world on fire. You're my heart's desire. I just want.
Okay, y'all, it's towards the end of the video again. I hope y'all enjoyed seeing the yard sale finds that I got, and for $1 and $2 items, how I flipped these and how I transformed them. And I hope you got some ideas, and inspiration for when you see things. So I hope y'all enjoyed the projects today, and as always, I appreciate y'all. And if you know anyone that would enjoy this video, please share it with your family and friends. My channel is growing, y'all. I am headed toward 50,000 subscribers, so I am very hopeful I'm going to get there and get there soon. So all your help and support is greatly appreciated, and I will see y'all hopefully in my next video. And I hope all of y'all have a great, wonderful weekend and a safe Memorial Day. on Monday. And thank you to all the veterans and everyone that serves our country and all the families and the people that make all the sacrifices to make our country such a great one. I love y'all, and I will see y'all soon.